Hey, Juventini, welcome back to the All Juve Cast channel, where, of course, it's all Juve all the time. That's right. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're getting ready for the live reactions. Watch along, all right? So Arit's coming in here and saying that he was part of the Matchday Live, was supposed to give his predictions. That's okay. I understand. You had academic commitments. It's all good. There's no problems. We'll get you on the next one, okay? So we're here getting ready. We have the lineups in for Juventus versus Spezia, okay? And I will get to these lineups. We've got for Juventus, Szczesny in goal, okay? Szczesny in goal, Danilo, Delict, Rugani, Pellegrini, Locatelli, Arthur, Rabiot, Quadrado with Vlahovic and Morata up top, okay? So, of course, a few changes from the predicted lineup, the probable. Actually, only one, and really we're not going to see Morata and Keane up top. We are going to see Vlahovic up at the top. Now, some were saying, get some rest in there, whatnot, but we covered it quite well, I thought, on the Matchday Live, saying that, look, the next match isn't for basically a week out until Saturday to see Juventus versus Sampdoria. So let's just take it in stride. Let's get Dusan out here. Let's get the job done today, especially with the drop points from Atalanta yesterday. Get the job done. They'll have plenty of rest, time to recover for Sampdoria. And then, of course, we'll have Villarreal a few days after that one. So bit of a tricky schedule. Let's get it done. Let's see what the guys could do today. Dusan Vlahovic, I think, will have a big one today, okay? Big match. So we have some calls already coming in early, and that's Suarez saying Dusan brace. Death clutch. Hey, ciao. It's time for this match. Getting ready for it. Has to be a win. Absolutely has to be a win. Something that we've talked about a lot with Juventus is this 3 Serie A matches in March have to be victories, okay? Spezia today, then Sampdoria, and then, of course, we have Salernitana. So it absolutely has to be done. It's interesting. We've got quite a interesting finish to Serie A between the top 4 clubs, okay, if you look at these games. Of course, I just mentioned Juventus has Spezia, Sampdoria, Salernitana in March. After that, Inter. That will be a big matchup. Of course, Inter right now holds a game in hand to Juventus, okay, but that'll be a big one. Then we have Cagliari, Bologna, Sassuolo, Venezia, Genoa, and Lazio Fiorentina. So perhaps a little tricky to finish off there. A Sassuolo match in between. So the nice thing about our schedule, I like the spread, okay? I like the spread of it in the games. You look at Inter's, they just face Salernitana, smash them. They have Torino. Then they have a tricky little trio of Fiorentina, Juventus, Verona. That will be a little bit tricky for them, I feel. Spezia, then Roma, which can be hit and miss. Udinese, Empoli, Cagliari, Sampdoria, Bologna to finish out. When you go to Napoli and Milan today, of course, that's a big match. Make sure you tune into Stoppage Time. They will be live today ahead of that match. So immediately after I end here, you can head over to Stoppage Time's YouTube channel. That's, of course, run by AJC as well, and they will give you the Serie A rundown on the action. And then, of course, get ready for the big one, Napoli and Milan. So you look at their schedules. Napoli will face Milan today, then Verona, Udinese, Atalanta, Fiorentina, Roma, Sassuolo, and Torino, Genoa, Spezia. Obviously, a little bit tricky for Napoli in that upper half of their schedule. When you start looking at Verona, Atalanta, Fiorentina, Roma, a little tricky there. Milan's, Napoli, Empoli, Cagliari, Bologna, Torino, Genoa. Then Lazio, Fiorentina, Verona, Atalanta, Sassuolo. Absolute nightmare for Milan to finish up the Serie A season with. So that one's very difficult towards the end. So when you look at these schedules, I think Inter probably has the best out of all of them, but they have a tricky stretch where it's clustered. Okay, so they have that. All those teams have those tricky sections. Juventus is spaced out quite nicely for theirs. Really okay to navigate. Spezia, Salernitana into Inter, then Cagliari, Bologna into Sassuolo, then Venezia, Genoa, and then you have Lazio, Fiorentina finish. So I still like our schedule the most out of these top 4 teams. I will die on this hill, but I refuse to completely give up. And I think that, honestly, we will make some noise and it will be interesting down the stretch. I expect a wild finish to Serie A. The teams are getting ready to take the pitch here. About to do the coin toss there and the handshakes at half. So yeah, we are getting ready here. Bobbio, so here we go. Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you for joining and tuning in. We love all the support. So grazie. I love doing these, and I hope that we get many goal celebrations together in this one. So let's go. Haneen saying, been watching City versus Man U game. Nice football. Now time for Allegri terror ball. Well, let's see. Let's see what happens. I mean, it's Spezia. Spezia, we all think it's going to be tricky, not just a complete runaway like some believe, but I still think Juve pulls through and has a good score line. It might be flattering by the end of it, but job's got to get done. Job has to get done. Rabiot, a lock, as always. Yeah, as always, a Rabiot is in there. So, again, lineup, they're just showing Szczesny, Danilo, Rugani, De Ligt, Pellegrini, Locatelli, Artur, Rabiot, Morata, Vlahovic, Cuadrado. Shown as a 4-3-3. We expect what we've been seeing, which is that 4-4-2 into a 3-5-2 offensively. So we will see. Animesh saying Inzaghi will choke like he did with Lazio. So, hey, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. But I do think when we just go over these schedules between the top four teams, I like Juve's. Inter's has a good one, but Inter's a strange team right now. I don't know if that victory against Salernitana there really is enough to turn the tides for them and where they're heading. So we'll see. Eric saying I'm here to break down the matches. Yeah, fantastic. Love it. Absolutely love it. Thiago Motta, coach of Spezia, has only faced Juventus twice, I believe, if I'm correct. Both were losses. And Max has only faced Spezia once. That was earlier this season. And obviously that was a victory, a 3-2 victory with a late winner. I think, yeah, late-ish, 77th minute winner from our boy Matthias de Ligt. Hopefully today it's much more comfortable. So, yeah, let's go. Let's go. And we have kickoff. Spezia in control. We're in the orange. Going all the way back. A little bit of pressure here. Dushan, Cuadrado now on his man, and they pump the ball up into the middle. De Ligt up for the header. And Cuadrado goes all the way back to Szczesny as Juventus recovers possession. Ball at Szczesny's feet. Over to Rugani. Rugani inside to De Ligt. And let's see here. Not much pressure whatsoever right now on the ball from Spezia. Happy to watch Juventus pass around the back. So let's see here. De Ligt again back to Rugani. This will go back to Szczesny. And still little pressure from Spezia. More so just keeping on the midfielders. Happy to have the ball at De Ligt and Rugani's feet. Ball one on the side here, trying to push through. Rabiot sends a through ball here, trying to cut in, and Spezia defender handles that easily. But Juventus regains possession. Ball at the back with De Ligt. He'll slot it over to Danilo. Danilo going to take a look over to the right here. Cuadrado has a man on him. Danilo continues to scan, finds Locatelli inside, back out to Danilo. Danilo inside to Locatelli. Locatelli back to Artur. Artur over to the far side where Rugani is. Rugani over to Pellegrini. Back out to Rugani. Rugani takes a look inside. Morata is dropped deep. Ball back to Rugani. Back to De Ligt. And inside to Locatelli. Slots back to Danilo. Just knocking the ball about here, but nothing really opening up for Juventus. Spezia happy to sit back. Happy to sit back here. Arash, ciao. Ready to celebrate the victory today. Let's go. Again, Juventus continues to knock the ball around the back. Artur dropping very, very deep, level with De Ligt here, over to Danilo. Danilo will go back inside to Artur. And again, little pressure from Spezia. Ball inside to Vlahovic, who takes a nasty little knock there. He'll win the free kick there. Hold up play, and you can expect that. They're going to give, they're going to give them the business probably every chance they get. Ball about to De Ligt, over to Danilo. Locatelli has moved over to the right byline. Cuadrado slotted inside a little bit. Ball over the top. Should be offside, though, I believe. Vlahovic free and clear there. Looked like he had steps on the defenders. A little bit of an aerial attack there. That's all right. Don't mind that. Got to switch it up. Can't always have these guys having to shield these defenders out there. So let's see. Eric, they have to learn how to play through the press and now around it. Yeah, they're honestly right now there's not much of a press whatsoever from Spezia. Spezia very happy to sit back by the looks of it. Ball one back from Locatelli. Quick inside to Vlahovic. Vlahovic inside to Morata. Morata is out on a bad angle. Just trying to get it back inside. Wins a corner kick. Well done. Well done. Well done. Play through. Okay, yeah. That's right, Eric. Correct there. So Cuadrado takes a knock there, looking for the call. Getting picked up by Thiago Motta and told to get back in the pitch there. Amazing. That's funny. That actually is really, really funny. If you guys caught it on your replay, I don't know where you guys are watching the games, but that's absolutely funny. Cuadrado on the ground looking for a call, and Motta picks him up and puts him back on the pitch. Cross in off the corner kick. Falls out to the back and cleared out by Spezia. Spezia now in control. Ball over to the right flank. And they go further down the wing, looking to come inside centrally. They do, but they are scattered. They are, not scattered. They're clustered. Clustered all the way on the right side. Not a lot of options there for the midfielder, but Juventus comes in here and you get a foul from Locatelli. So free kick to Spezia. Harash Morata Vlahovic partnership looks so good. I mean, in general, yeah, I've got no complaints with it, whatnot. Absolutely none. I think it looks better when you have a true winger type with them. You just have to have that offset. So Cuadrado's like that nice offset to the right there. But I do like Morata and Vlahovic from what I see between the two of them. Now, ball again at the back here. Danilo trying to orchestrate where De Ligt needs to be for the ball. And he's, again, dictating off the ball with his hand gestures where he wants everybody to be. Danilo steps beyond his man after a 1-2 with Cuadrado, but has to go all the way back. Cuadrado wants the ball immediately back to the right side. Arthur distributes to him. Cuadrado, again, orchestrating where he wants his players to be. Vlahovic on the ball, takes a knock there. Sorry, Morata. We're in the same cleats today. Morata takes the knock there. Man, they're interchanging quite a bit. I'm getting them mixed up. Light blue boots too. I don't like it. I don't like it. Switch it up, guys. Switch it up. Come on. All right. See if we can get something going here. You got a couple of decent targets. Vlahovic obviously being the main one. Let's get maybe even De Ligt in there too. Let's cause some havoc on these. Rabiot's such a big guy. Play with that physicality. Get in there on these. Let's go. Come on. Pellegrini has it in swinger. It's low. Falls to the back post where Morata is shot, but right at the keeper. Pellegrini not high enough on that in-swinger. A little too low. Couldn't get it by that first line, but luckily the bounce still took it to a Juve player. Morata at the back post there. His shot right at keeper, though. Spezia in control with the ball at the back here. Now, Eric's got some comments on Cuadrado. Cuadrado's always yelling for the ball. However, even with Danilo, Quad, they're pushing on the right side. Now, Spezia in control, very, very tight. They're very, very tight in the middle there and wherever the ball goes. Not necessarily going to spread things out by the looks of it. Two at the back. Yeah, in possession. Two CBs. Fullback still kept deep. Trying to work a little give and go there. Oh, foul on Locatelli as he tries to win that ball back in the middle and turn on a quick counter for Juventus. Locatelli already looks much better positionally, just in this new role as they try to get him and Artur to play together and whatnot. Already, just from what I'm seeing from him positionally, looks much, much better than previous outings with Artur. Now you have Spezia in control in the middle. He's surrounded by Juve players, Rabiot, Locatelli, Arturo Quadrado. Ball with Rabiot. It's just him. He's got to make something happen, but he loses it as he's surrounded by 3 Spezia players. Quadrado bites there. Spezia trying to move the ball quick and get out of there. They switch it over to the right flank, and they'll be pushing up the pitch here. Juventus trying to get into position. Locatelli has switched sides now with Rabiot in order to cover for him as he made his run before losing the ball. Rabiot now a little pressure on the ball. Quadrado goes out to the left back. Left back trying to come in on Quadrado. Quadrado is there. Cross in, but it'll go right to Tech. So no harm there. Tech quickly throws the ball out, goes to Quadrado. Quadrado carrying up, and again, off the ball right now, people just trying to get into their positions and going about it very, very slowly. So Juventus taking their time. This is a different, nice over-the-top ball from Quadrado, finds Morata. Morata 1v1, but he's always going with man on his back here, fighting for it on the byline. He's got 2 coming in here. They've got a throw in. He's won a throw in. He's trying to get the corner kick there. Tough work there for Morata. This is going to be new for Juventus. What I was trying to say is that, you're used to allowing teams to open up and whatnot, but Spezia, from the looks of it, aren't willing to open up. So it's going to be, how can Juve build now? So it's going to be a different game than what they've been used to. And should be much, much easier for us to be able to watch that they're going to play in this manner, which is own possession and control, but different. Let's see what we can do in terms of creating opportunities this way, because we're used to the counters, and counters are obviously more friendly in terms of creating chances. Sometimes not so much for us because it leaves little margin for error, but it is much easier for the attackers. When you've got a team that's kind of parking it, a lot harder to create. So let's see. Dusan working very, very hard on the byline there, but again, surrounded by 2 Spezia players. Tough work. Nicolau, 43 there for Spezia, looks like he's tasked with the job of being on Vlahovic consistently and tightly. So we'll see if he breaks down at some point, or if he continues to do the job he's doing so far, which is continuously pushing Vlahovic backwards and away from goal. Ball at the back with Delict over to Rugani. Rugani in control. Will slot it over to Danilo, who's on the right byline here. Danilo takes a look. He's again just trying to orchestrate through hand gestures where he wants everybody to be. Off the ball, a little slow from Juventus, and that's been something I've unfortunately seen from them consistently throughout really the season. Off the ball, we are very, very slow for players to get to position and be that option for players. Sometimes you get Juve players on the ball and they literally only have one option, or they got to go backwards. Need to be available. So I need the off the ball movement to be much, much better. We do have a few guys who are very, very good at that. Got to get them fit. So, Comicus, ciao. Arash saying, in these games, I start to Arthur hater. When we have possession, he is always hiding. Yeah, it's like I said, just off the ball, I think we can just be much, much better. Artur battling there with midfielder 25 for Spezia there, getting the foul. Spezia in control here of possession. Will go backwards. Ball at Nicolau's feet. Inside to the center, and Artur applies the pressure, pushing his man backwards. Locatelli now applying a little bit of pressure. They go all the way back to the keeper. Inside to the middle, back out to Nicolau. Nicolau all the way up forward. Delict all over his man, gets a foul on that particular instance, but that's the pressure. That's the pressure. That's the way the pressure has to be. I wouldn't even mind our D line. Get up a little more. Get up a little more. This team's trying to park. You got to put them under, and you got to swarm them with pressure. So fine on that occasion, but let's get this ball back. Come on. Spezia trying to work 1-2s. That ball is long gone. Will be out for a goal kick. And Szczesny's feet here. He gets one thrown in immediately. Trying to kick up the play quick. Take a look at Max, who you can never really read what his thoughts are or what he's feeling until he really opens up and starts shouting about it. All right. Gani all the way over to Danilo. Danilo taking a look up. There's a long ball opportunity there. He tries to get it in there, cleared out by Spezia. Oh, Quadrado bites again, but Locatelli in there to win it. Artur looking for options, trying to slot the ball ahead. Everything's closed off. All his lanes closed off. He goes to Danilo. Danilo now applying a little bit of pressure. Slots the ball inside. It was deflected. Trying to get it in towards Locatelli there, who had found some really good space. I like Locatelli's awareness moving forward and where he gets himself into. I really, really do. It's unfortunate on that particular scenario we couldn't find him. I was curious to see how he would have dealt with that scenario. It looked like he would have been able to have a one quick touch and then have a hit on target. But I do like his awareness and where he goes. There was also a great off the ball run there. Danilo just didn't have the lane to make it, but it also opened up that space for Locatelli. So again, off the ball movement is key. We've got to make those runs, and even if they're not being rewarded, it opens up space for the others. So we got to be active. De Ligt clears a little header inside from Spezia there, and Spezia quickly regains after a bad clearance from Pellegrini, and they are in control, working it around. Low amount of pressure. The player on the ball has absolutely nobody going to him. Rabiot now starts to open up a bit, apply a little bit of pressure. Spezia trying to switch field. They do all the way over to the left side. Quadrado applying immediate pressure. Ooh, sketchy 50-50 there. And Quadrado, questionable entry there on that 50-50. But just a free kick. So just a regular foul there. But ooh, okay. No, he pulled back. It was okay. Looked dicey at full speed there, but no, he pulled back. Quadrado, though, you just never, ever really know what's going to happen there when he goes into those 50-50s. Oh, man. So Arash saying Arthur's supposed to be a Tavi type player. I don't know what Max had told Arthur, but he is now a glorified Gattuso, so I'm happy with that. Yeah. It's funny when you talk about Arthur and you look at how he plays and what he gets done there, because yes, that is the one aspect of his game that has been heavily criticized, and that's, can he work that role defensively? But I think he's done a fine job, to be honest. Look at it. He continues to just put an incredible work rate out there, and he's always doing the grunt work. So I have no issues with that. Ball won by Juventus. Oh, put back in, but in a bad spot. But Morata had earned the foul. So there you go. Ehrlich for Spezia fouling Morata, as we had won the ball back in our area and put the ball quickly up to Morata. But Ehrlich was all over his back, ends up taking the foul there. All right, ball in control by Juventus. Locatelli back to Danilo, to Arthur, to De Ligt, and now over to Rugani. Rugani slowly moving up the pitch. Now slotting it over to Danilo. Danilo taking a look forward. He has Quadrado right on the right byline, but a player on him. Locatelli was trying to get free, and Artur is next to him, but he goes all the way back to De Ligt, who goes over to Rugani. Rugani now pushing the ball forward, inside to Pellegrini. Pellegrini, not much for options, has to go back. Now Rugani to De Ligt, which will go over to Danilo. And again, you got to start doing stuff off the ball. Otherwise, we're just going to go around to the outsides and run out of any options. So we got to get going off the ball. These guys are going to have to anticipate. Vlahovic, Morata, and even the midfielders on corresponding sides, Locatelli, Rabiot, they have to anticipate. You had an opportunity there where Pellegrini's on the ball, but he had nowhere to go. Ball with Locatelli. Now over to Quadrado. He's 1v1. He beats his man. Oh, fakes a shot inside. Oh, Arthur had stepped up, taken a shot, and it got blocked. Oh, man. Quadrado. So Quadrado, again, initializes the 1v1, beats his man, fakes a right foot shot, and then cuts inside, finds Arthur open at about 14 yards out. But the shot gets blocked. Unfortunate. But great work from Quadrado. I agree, Animesh. That was fantastic work from Quadrado there. Quad has to shoot there. I'm with Eric. Quad has to get a little greedy there. Artur was in a good spot, but the second he beat his man, he should have just teed that one up, in my personal opinion. Obviously, Artur was in a great spot, but Quad's got to get greedy there. Just take it, man. You did so well to get there. Low and hard, far post, man. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. We don't need pretty, okay? We just need the goals. I don't care how they come. All right, so we're at just over 18 minutes here, okay? 0-0. Juventus finally gets a pretty healthy warning shot in there. It's got to keep going. Camera pounds out to Paulo Dybala. Can't wait to see the reactions out there on that one. It seems like everything with that guy now turns into a blow up. Okay, Spezia coming up now. Oh, nicely foot in there from Danilo to get the ball back. Szczesny on it, and he just pumps it up the pitch. Over Morata. Vlahovic just can't get there, but Rabiot does well to get there. Morata cuts in to get it. Rabiot now over on the flank. Not moving, though. Not moving. Too stagnant. And Vlahovic was too far of it. So Morata's little chip ball there ends up going just back to Spezia. Ehrlich now over to the side for Spezia. Spezia puts it inside all the way back to the keeper. Keeper has a look. Light pressure from Morata. Keeper pumps it over to the right byline, over his player, and out for Juventus throw-in. And Eric saying those are the kind of cheap giveaways I can't stand. Absolutely. Possession as a whole, we just, we suffer from our own turnovers, and a lot of them are avoidable. And I agree with Eric completely on that. Now we have Pellegrini over on the side again. Not a lot for options. Back to Rugani. Inside to Artur. Artur back to Rugani, who's taking a look forward. Inside to Rabiot. Rabiot just doing what he can to keep possession with two Spezia players getting their legs in there. And now Danilo pressing forward. Makes a good burst. Inside to Locatelli. Oh, I think he might have been offside there, unfortunately. But his cross would have went out for a corner. But yes, he is ruled offside. Man, Danilo made a nice run. I thought Vlahovic would have been the play inside rather than Locatelli there. Locatelli, another good run off the ball. Taking those defenders with you. I thought Danilo should have tried to slot that one inside earlier to Vlahovic. Again, it's just that timing. It's just that little bit of chemistry. It's like we're so close to having breakthroughs and good runs. Oh, inside to Locatelli, over to Morata. Yes! There you go. Just like that. Quick ball movement, making the runs, anticipation, and there you have it. 1-0. And Locatelli already showing what he can do when he gets involved there. This was a beautiful slotted pass there from Locatelli, and Morata does excellent on the finish. Let's go. Let's go. We're up one. Beautiful. Beautiful job. 21 minutes in. Juve 1, Spezia 0. Let's go. Let's go. Keeper pumps it up. Awful ball. Rugani, quick movement to Vlahovic. Vlahovic slots inside to Locatelli with the easy pass to Morata. So brutal pass from the keeper. Well done by Rugani just to find the quick, easy outlet, which was Vlahovic. Okay, so beautiful work from the lads. Let's go. And now let's feed off it. Okay, let's get that next one. Multiple goals before half. Maybe get some changes and give some guys even more rest, even though there's a week to Sam, because we're going to have Villarreal immediately after. But this one, let's keep it going, okay? Keep it going. 21st minute, Alvaro Morata, and we have a 1-0 lead for Juventus. Let's go, everybody. Beautiful. Let's put that one up on the ticker. There you go. 1-0 Morata. Now, for those of you who tune into the Match Day Live, just remember, yours truly, what did I call? 3-0 with a Morata brace. There's one. I also called a 1-0 at halftime, but it might be more. We'll see. Spezia cuts one off in the middle here, and now they're coming up the pitch, slowing things down with control in the middle of the area, and now Juventus has all their players back. Locatelli gets a piece of that pass forward. Artur comes in to clean it up. Now he's got a man draped all over him. He's got two, ends up losing it, but still stays tight to his man. Ooh, Danilo had backed off a little bit. Locatelli in there now. De Ligt all over it and cleans it up, out for a corner kick. And again, what have I been saying? I've been talking about off the ball movement, okay? Off the ball movement. Artur there. He does well, wins it. Who is the option off the ball for him to get rid of that ball? He ends up trying to run away from two players there. We need to be quick at becoming those outlets and giving him those options for the quick, easy passes. Has to be better there. That off the ball movement doesn't only apply to the attacking phase. It's everywhere all over the pitch. We have to be options for one another. So here you go. Vlahovic does well. Pellegrini finds himself after the defensive phase on that corner kick on the right side, and he's trying to beat his man. Oh, it looked like he might have taken an arm or a hand to the face there. The Spezia player giving Pellegrini the business, saying that he is embellishing. Pellegrini remains down. Ball with Spezia. They are moving up the pitch. Doesn't look like they're going to stop it. The ref hasn't stopped anything yet. And I don't see Pellegrini up yet. Spezia in control. They look back. They finally have it out now. Okay, so they've have it out, and Pellegrini will get some attention. 24 minutes. Pellegrini down. We're gonna take a look at this. He's down, so I don't know whether he's embellishing or not. But the player now involved having a discussion with Danilo as Danilo's having words with him. So let's see. Comes in here. Here's a replay. Doesn't look like there's much there at all, to be honest. Yeah. But highlights to that goal again. Rugani doing well, cutting it off. Quick find of Vlahovic inside to Locatelli, who makes the great run, anticipating the holdup from Vlahovic, and Morata with a great finish. This is fantastic. And they're showing there was questionable questions about offside for Vlahovic, but you could see the far defender, I believe, is Erlich, keeping him onside on the original ball that was outletted from Rugani. So it's all good there. All good there. Now, ball's back in play. Spezia has it at the back through Erlich over to the right side. You're looking, Juventus is in place. Not a high amount of pressure. So Spezia allowed to just kind of control a bit in the middle. Rabiot tries to close down his man here inside. Gets beat a little bit. Player keeps going, and Rabiot takes a foul there, but advantage is given to Spezia as they will continue to the left flank. Back inside. Ball over the top, trying to work a 1-2. Oh, Juventus. A little sloppy there, but winning the ball. Ooh, put to Artur. Locatelli puts him under there. Advantage given, and ball at Rugani's feet. Inside to Morata. Morata takes a look. Spezia just trying to get back into place defensively. Won't apply a lot of pressure. Easy at the back for Juventus with De Ligt over to Rabiot. Back to De Ligt. He'll probably switch it over to Rugani, and Rugani will be allowed to carry forward a bit as Spezia lines up at the back with their two lines between mid and defense. So pretty standard 4-4-2 defensively for Spezia. Now the ball with Danilo. Takes a look inside to Artur. Artur able to turn. Goes over to Rugani. Rugani goes backwards to De Ligt. Again, a little more movement, a little more options. We know where the ball's going, but our players need to anticipate that and be that option. Rugani, again, has nowhere to go but back to De Ligt. We're getting backed up a little more and a little more. Now Danilo, he's looking. He has no options. Takes a couple steps inside, pops the ball over the top. There you go. Little 1-2 between Pellegrini and Morata. Now Pellegrini on his horse there, but Nicolau just cuts it off. Good challenge from the Spezia defender there. Pellegrini really showing his wheels there. He's got good pace, and that was a good effort, good team buildup from Juventus to work it through there. Danilo with a great first pass, and well done on the 1-2 between Pellegrini and Morata. That's a quick way to beat that pressure when you're getting backed up. And that's what's got to be. That off the ball movement, off your target men has to be there. Now Quadrado over to the right, inside to De Ligt. De Ligt carrying it forward over to Rugani. Rugani will be allowed to have a few steps inwards. Inside to Rabiot, back to Rugani, over to Rabiot again. Taking a look, nothing there. Over to De Ligt. who will go to Danilo. Danilo will take a quick look forward, see what he can do. Oh, his pass is trying to get it inside to Vlahovic, was cut off. Artur cuts off the other pass, but then bombs it ahead. So back with Spezia at their back line. Inside to the middle here. Oh, that was a bad pass. Morata just couldn't pounce on that. Now Vlahovic applying a little bit of pressure. Spezia trying to come up and counter quickly. De Ligt all over that. Trying to buy a little foul there. That looked very Chiellini-esque of De Ligt. If you guys noticed that one, that was pretty funny. That is when you've been working for Chiellini for with Chiellini for a while, as you get stuff like that. Chiellini, one of the masters of it. There doesn't work so much for De Ligt. Ball with Spezia in the middle here. Oh, trying to turn on Artur and Rabiot. Brilliant slide challenge in from Cuadrado, who comes quite a bit centrally there. Danilo now has his option in Cuadrado. Cuadrado moving up the pitch, but quickly has it over to Rabiot. Pellegrini making his move up. There you go. Quick inside to Morata. His defenders there. They're Locatelli making a good run in behind. Ball over the top. Oh, trying to work some good give and goes. Locatelli continues to make some very, very good runs. Very, very good runs there. Unfortunately, we just couldn't get that ball over that defender. Otherwise, Locatelli was in great space. Still almost worked out for us as the clearance attempt went to Morata and, Vlahovic. He tried to flip it over the top. Just didn't work. Now, ball at the back with Spezia. So, Spezia's, again, the control thing. We look better on the ball. Our buildup is decent, whatnot, but I need more possession, especially against this side. Think we can ramp things up a little more. You got the 1-0 lead. Let's try and put them under a little bit more. Just put them under a little more duress. So ball goes outside for a throw-in for Juventus. Lucani pumps the ball up the pitch, looking for Vlahovic. Nikolai trying to get... Oh, Morata just basically boots it quite hard right back at Vlahovic. I'm not sure why I couldn't have made it a little bit easier to try and settle. But Spezia in control again. Now Locatelli putting pressure. Cuadrado cutting out the left side, and now goes out for Spezia throw-in after Cuadrado cuts off that pass. 30 minutes in, 1-0 Juventus. Spezia at the back here, trying to play forward to their target man. Cuadrado comes in and just hammers it off him for a Juventus throw-in. And I agree with you, Arash. Luca is playing very, very good today, and he looks just makes great runs. Edgar saying Locatelli will score today. That's not a bad shout based on how he's started off in his first half hour. Very, very strong. Cuadrado making a move in here in the space. Vlahovic tries to chest it to him off that throw and unfortunately does not fall in Cuadrado's path. Spezia back in control over on the right flank. Inside to Erlich, who will put it up the top into space, but cut off by Rugani. Over to Pellegrini, who will pop it over the top. Uncontested from Juventus, and Spezia back in control all the way back to the keeper. Now, again, to Erlich. Erlich back to the keeper. Keeper will probably look to switch sides over to Nicolau, and there it is. Now they're on the left side coming up. Juve's right and cut off, and well done by Danilo. Inside to Artur, back to Danilo, back to De Ligt, who will probably go over to Rugani or Szczesny so Juventus can turn things around. Ball at Rugani's feet. De Ligt now. De Ligt inside to Artur. Artur will take a look. Inside to Cuadrado. Cuadrado back to De Ligt and Rugani. And now he's going to take a couple steps forward over to Rabiot, who is dropped. Back inside to Locatelli. Locatelli has Artur over on the right, and he's found him. Artur inside to Cuadrado. Cuadrado back to De Ligt. So there's quite a bit of shifting positionally as Cuadrado is cut in centrally a couple times. Rabiot is dropped while Pellegrini pushes forward. So there's some interesting movements. Oh, Stuck in there from Erlich and just stopped Vlahovic from turning one for a counter for Juve. And now Spezia actually has a good turn in the middle here, trying to win it out there, but great step from Quadrado. And now Juve's off to the races. Come on, Quadrado. Come on, Quadrado. He's got to make an option. He's got Arturo wide. Back inside to Quadrado. Oh, big save. Oh, great work from Juve on that turnaround. Artur getting involved. Quadrado. Nice little give and go between the two of them. Thought Quadrado didn't get quite enough of that. He could have had a little bit more mustard on it. Oh, man, great work from the two of them. Perfect ball in from Artur. But, yeah, Quad needs to hit that one with a little more, a little more into it. Man, that should have been 2-0 for Juve. Absolutely should have been. He went for, in PlayStation land, the right R1 and shoot rather than just the power there. Oh, ball over the top to Vlahovic. Vlahovic battling with Nicolau there. Has it out for Juventus. Throw in deep on Spezia's right flank. 33 minutes in. Man, that should have been a good one there. Deepak saying, if Arthur is able to play like this consistently, then we don't need to sign a player like Jorginho. Look, I've been very, very impressed with Arthur as of late, and I said he's on an incredible string of matches, playing very, very well recently, and I have no problems with him, to be honest. I've been very, very happy, especially with the energy and the work rate in the defensive phase. I don't think it's as bad and as sacrificial as many make it out to be. So 34 minutes in, and we got a corner kick for Juventus. Corner comes in, and Rugani trying to get there. Almost, but cleared out by Spezia all the way back. And Tech will be out on this one. He'll have it over to the right to Quadrado. Quadrado back over to the far side where Artur is, and Artur controls nicely. Slots it up. Rugani back to Artur. Sorry, that's Locatelli as we wait for our defenders to get back into position after that corner kick. Now, ball over with Danilo. Quick count for everybody. 56% possession for Juventus, 44 for Spezia, 5 total attempts for Juventus, 3 on target, 0 attempts for Spezia. Okay, so that's a quick count right now as it stands. All right, so ball with De Ligt here. He goes over easily to Rugani, who has the ball inside to Morata. Spezia dropping a little bit further back now, making a 5-man wall across the back. Ball over to Quadrado, who settles it. So, yes, Spezia is beginning to get pushed further and further back. Locatelli with a great ball over to Quadrado. Oh, man, he got it wrong. It looks like he was trying to just lay it in front of Vlahovic there, but he mishits it, and it ends up drifting out for a goal kick. Quadrado kicking himself there. I don't know if he's going man. That's a shame. There's a couple there, but that's gotta be in Vlahovic's wheelhouse there. Again, great pass from Locatelli there. That's the vision we need, and we need him further forward to get those types of passes. This is what you lack when you have him solely as that regista. You don't get that forward enough. McKennie helps the offense, but in different ways, not with that vision. You need somebody with the vision pulling the strings there in order to get opportunities like that and break apart defenses. You need those line-breaking passes. Oh, look at this. De Ligt all over it. Quadrado slows things down, has it back over to Danilo. 36 minutes, 28 seconds. Ball over to Rugani now. Spezia, again, not pressing very much at all. Rugani goes back to De Ligt. De Ligt will go up to Danilo. Danilo will have space ahead of him. He goes inside to Artur. A little bit of pressure on Artur. Back to Danilo. Danilo over to Quadrado, who will go all the way back to De Ligt. Now Rabiot drops back. Rugani spreads over to the left side. Rabiot stands on the ball. Over to De Ligt. De Ligt inside to Artur. Back to De Ligt. Over to Rabiot. Rabiot has a couple steps to carry forward. He will. Slots over to Rugani. Rugani takes a look. Nothing happening. Artur makes a run in. Opens things up. Gets over to Pellegrini. Pellegrini trying to cross it into Vlahovic, which gets crossed out by Nicolau. So canceled out by him. Again, Better in the movement, starting to get in there. Luca is taking over from Arash. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Luca's on one right now. There he is right now on the ball, beating his man. Slots over to Morata. Morata takes a foul there. Locatelli does well. Finds Pellegrini. He's got his man ahead of him. Slots outside to Locatelli. Locatelli with a quick cross over to the back post, but keeper gets to it. Trying to hit Vlahovic on that back post. Too close to Provedel, who takes it out. And now Spezia trying to turn things around. We're mounting the pressure on them, and now they go all the way back, and Juventus eases up the pressure as their players are in position. Spezia now over to Erlich, and they will go out to the right side. No, he cuts it back over to Nicolau. And again, Juventus just comfortable. That's a great step from Danilo. Unfortunately, doesn't go close enough to Vlahovic, but Juventus does win possession back. Danilo inside to Artur, back to De Ligt. A little bit of some triangles shaping up there, which is good for us. But Locatelli is the key guy today. No questions about it. So inside to Morata. Morata takes a look. Locatelli is next to him. He goes inside to Rabiot. Rabiot back to Morata. Back to Rabiot. Not a lot of options there. Oh, Morata inside to Rabiot. Puts him under in a bad predicament. Morata now switches over to Artur. Artur moving quickly inside to Vlahovic. Vlahovic to Locatelli. Locatelli over the top to Vlahovic. Oh, he didn't miss that one by much. Did not miss that one by much. My God. Let's go. That's the 1-2s we need again. Locatelli. He is on one today, okay? This kid is on fire right now. And there we go. All the way back. All the way back. Juventus with a little bit of pressures. Nicolau being put under by Vlahovic. A little bit of a foul there, but play allowed to let go. Looked like he held him. Artur on it again. Quickly inside. Locatelli to Quadrado. Quadrado switches it up. There you go. Pellegrini. Oh, taking a way too long and ends up losing that one. But I think he got benefit of the doubt there. Yeah, too long there for Pellegrini. And he ends up, like I said, getting the benefit of the doubt there and earning the free kick for Juventus. So ball with Juventus. Saw it over to Danilo. 40 minutes. We're at the 40-minute mark. Quadrado coming in off the right side here. Switches the field all the way over to Pellegrini. Pellegrini will go back to Rabiot. Rabiot taking a look. Cuts it inside to Morata, who has it back for Rugani. Over to De Ligt. Danilo has it now. He's got space forward. Doesn't go in immediately. Finds Artur. Artur will take a look. Feels the pressure behind him. Spins away nicely. Slots inside to Morata. Morata back to Rabiot. Rabiot taking a look. Goes over back to Artur. Artur inside. Locatelli over to Danilo. Danilo goes to Quad. Quad's a little deeper. Now he goes to De Ligt. De Ligt will take a look forward. Locatelli moving around nicely. Finding the pockets he needs to be in. Back to De Ligt. De Ligt over to Danilo. Quadrado comes deep and is over right on the byline. Back outside to De Ligt. De Ligt over to Rugani. Juventus working the ball around. Spezia has made their wall. And there's a nice pass over to Locatelli. Locatelli trying to slot inside to Morata. That one was off. That one was running out of space very, very quickly there with Morata being on the outside of his defender. Now Spezia again coming up the right flank, but Juventus is quickly in good position to slow things down, and they have. So Spezia just working control. Nicolau there. Now over on the left side. Danilo there. Just watching his man. Looks like he's going to be engaged for a 1v1, and Danilo does well to see it out for corner kick to Spezia. Ah, man. So let's see some of these comments coming in here, okay? So everyone and their grandma has been pressing us, and we looked awful. For some reason, Thiago Motta decided not to press us, and our midfield has taken over. Exactly. I said this earlier on in this match. I said it's going to be different for us because we're so used to everybody putting us under and losing that battle for possession and whatnot. And now to choose not to do that, pretty different from Thiago there, I will say. Not what I expected, to be honest. Expected a little bit more pushback. I mean, once that blueprint is built, I mean, you got to go to it, right? But I don't know. Maybe he was hoping Juve would open up and they can hit us on counters. But looking from the way they're set up and their shape and whatnot, it's not really playing to their favor. So they've got to ramp things up if they want to get going. And just for those curious, the count, it's 60% possession right now for Juve, 40 for Spezia. 5 total attempts for Juve, 3 on target, 0 still for Spezia. One of the interesting things I found is these stats as of late. Apparently, we're one of the top teams in the top 5 leagues for least amount of shots allowed, which is strange based on how much possession we allow and how we play. I found that stat completely wild. I was literally dumbfounded in the way that we play, that we are one of the top 2 for least shots allowed. Very, very interesting. Massive props to De Ligt, who blocks probably about 60% every game. So now let's go. Cuadrado finds himself on the left side now, starting to make his way over to the right. De Ligt over to Danilo at the back. Puts it up to Locatelli. Locatelli tries to have a quick ball up over to the top to Vlahovic. He was actually offside anyways. Almost coming up to the 45 minutes. Grease it up. Grease it up. Yeah, offside there by Vlahovic. Now, Eric's saying, I'm going to say this until it gets recognized. Danilo playing like a central defensive midfielder is what's unlocking Arthur and Locatelli. Great adjustment by Allegri. Oh, slotted through. Rabiot in deep. The ball goes out for a corner kick. Yeah, I mean, honestly, our D need to be doing what they're doing now, is getting more involved, especially if you're going to take the shape of a 3-5-2, which is what we're doing. If you're going to take that 3-5-2 shape, those outside D have to push up and step up in order to get defenders to come to them. So what he's doing is what needs to happen in that shape. We can't just simply allow guys to mark Locatelli right out, right? So he's got to step up when the opportunities are there, and he's doing a great job of it. Rugani's done it a couple times too, to his credit, on the left side, and that's what we have to do. You have to take what the opponents give you. I'm still dumbfounded that Spezia believes the best route against us would be to sit back. That's strange. There you go. That's half. Wow. Not a second of stoppage. So there you go. Not a second of extra time. Okay. So 1-0 Juve at the half. I want to get all your thoughts on that half so far. Obviously, the clear storyline, Juventus not used to having a team back off like this, has 62% possession to stop at the half. Okay. 38 going to Spezia. We allowed 1 attempt from Spezia. 5 total attempts for Juve, 3 on target. Couple of opportunities in there for Juve to put them over by a couple goals. Cuadrado and Artur getting together on one. Cuadrado arguably should have been greasy on that one. Locatelli looks amazing overall. Very, very happy with how we're playing. I don't really have too many I don't really have any complaints. The complaint at the start was a little too stagnant, and we needed to open things up and start to get more off the ball movement. The guys did a great job of doing that. You started to see that. What did it do? It started to create space for others. Danilo's been very, very active, doing a great job, stepping up when he needs to. Again, couple little plays there, little decisions. Probably could see Juve up 2 or 3-0. Juve up 1-0 at the half. Who called it this morning? This guy, 1-0 at the half. What was my final prediction? Final score, I'm still thinking we finish up 3-0. 3-0 in this one, and I think it will finish that one. I think probably in the next 15, 20, Juve gets one, and then we'll probably add another one later. So I still stand by my 3-0 prediction. But the guys, they look good. They're doing a good job. Locatelli, highly active, very, very active, opening up space and lanes for Morata, Vlahovic, and honestly, just a little bit of execution on some of those passes, and this could have been a runaway. This could have been a runaway for Juventus, honestly, in that first half. Even if you look at the stats and only 5 total attempts, 3 on target, but it literally could have been a runaway. They were doing a great job. Let's go. Cliff agrees, thinks it should be 2-0. Could potentially be 3-0, really, if we're going back on those, but we're looking good. Eric saying best overall match we've played in a while. Good quick passing, creating chances, sound defensively, a little bit more tempo off the ball to keep Spezia spread out. Yeah, I agree completely. It's one of the better showings we've had. Gosh, we always need to kill the game. Calma. Of course we do. But again, we will have to see if Spezia will open up. I'm actually surprised. I said this. I was surprised, number one, that they decided the best plan of attack was going to be to sit back and allow us to have that possession. Very light press, if any at all, from Spezia. And I'm very surprised that after going 1-0, they actually dropped to 5 at the back. So, again, we'll see what happens. Does he make halftime adjustments? Does Thiago Motta open things up for them? I don't necessarily know if he will. I think he's going to try to create a shape based off that 5 on the wall that can try to attack us in some type of counter-attacking capacity. I still see Juve controlling this one out in the second half, everybody. I really do. Omer, ciao. Locatelli's doing well going forward. We can clearly see he's better as 8. It's looking good. It's looking good. I said today, because Lucci had a lot of not a lot to say, but he had questions about this Locatelli and Artur, and saying it's still far too early to judge and whatnot. In my personal opinion, it's still the best out of the bunch of what we've seen and what we got. When everybody's healthy, my question to all of you on the live now, what's your midfield? Do you continue on with this? Will Allegri continue on with this? For me, I think he has to. I think your outside players on that mid, I think Locatelli and Artur has to happen, and then you're looking at like Zaccaria and obviously McKennie's unfortunate injury and whatnot, but Zaccaria would be that one to complete that midfield, in my personal opinion. Rabiot leaves a lot for me to be desired, in his play and whatnot. He could serve a purpose defensively and whatnot, so it's not the be-all, end-all, but Zaccaria, Locatelli, and Artur, I like that. I really do, so we got to get Zaccaria back in. But these guys need time. They need time to develop their chemistry and whatnot. Locatelli, this particular game, it's night and day from the previous couple with Artur, because he's now getting accustomed to that position, and he looks much better positionally. Because the first couple outings, I noticed it was a little bit awkward because he wasn't still sure of Artur, where he's going, what he's doing, and he's so used to playing in that position. But it's looking much better now. The great thing about it for Juventus is we don't play again. We don't play again until Saturday, so they'll have even more time training with this and getting this good to go. And then as far as that and rotation, then you have to get creative. I think Bernardeschi is the one to take over. So whenever you have to sub one of Locatelli, Artur, I would be looking at Bernardeschi to come in and pick up the pieces and play out of that position. Personally, I think that would be the best switch possible. Is you go from Locatelli being that one, that creator out there, and then get Bernardeschi in there. Why? Because Bernardeschi makes great off the ball runs. He's very active. He would be doing that as well, and he's got good passing ability too, and his vision isn't bad by any means. So this could be how we have to work it. Will Max do it? Who knows? I'm just spitballing here for all of you, okay? Ciao, Anish. Where's Anthony? I think he had quite a packed family afternoon. Said he was going to be watching first half and then would have to watch the second half later. So he's not joining me here. Arash saying, I think Mr. Allegri showed that if you press us, we will grease it out and win. Mind gaming teams into not pressing us. Oh, man. 4D chess out there by Max, eh? 4D chess. Totally dominate us. We'll still win. So shut things down. Give yourself a chance. Amazing. Hip Reese, Arthur needs to keep playing. Arthur's been great. Arthur has been great. Sal saying we still need Weston. Weston would be a great addition to these two. Arthur Locatelli, Weston. Arthur Locatelli, Zakaria. Like I said, Bernardeschi is one to watch now that he's back in the fold. I seriously think that you start seeing him out of the midfield in rotation with one of those guys, and it'll help us for sure. One thing to note too in this particular match is we look much more balanced from the left side to the right side. I was attributing it to Rabiot as to why we were suffering in that, but the reason it's saved isn't because of Rabiot. Locatelli is moving to all the right spaces right now, and he's actively been central, left, and right. So truly playing basically as a center attacking mid, and it's been big this one, and it's helped us out in our balance tremendously. You saw Locatelli send Pellegrini through on the left side, and then get the ball back, almost hit Vlahovic for the back post. You saw him almost send Morata. Well, he didn't almost send Morata through. We tried to send Morata through on the left. He connected with Vlahovic from the left. Then you have the goal, which was him cutting down straight down the middle, slotting over to Morata on the left. Then you saw him from the central position send Cuadrado through on the right side, which should have been a better ball to Vlahovic. And again, he is everywhere, and he's playing that role perfectly, and it's helping us be able to attack evenly and spread out the opposition. So it's great. Sal coming in, are we going to keep or sell Arthur in the summer? It's interesting. We got into a little bit of a debate about the midfielders and next season and some targets and who we would prefer and how we feel and whatnot. And to be honest, I think it's too hard to move Arthur based on the numbers. So I don't actually see him going anywhere. And honestly, the way he's playing as of late, he isn't an issue. So for me, if you're going to go out and get a midfielder, don't get one of these types of midfielders because you think we need it. I don't see an issue there, especially if we bring Rovella in next season. Get yourself a driving midfielder that can bring goals to this team. That's my personal opinion. But again, let's see what you guys think. Quick reminder to everybody while you're here, bring up the maximum amount of likes, okay? Everybody take the time to like the video. If you haven't already, check out our sponsor too, Striped Hearts Apparel. Go to stripedheartsapparel.com, okay? These beauties are out already, okay? The Mad Max tees, okay, with a great quote on the back. Fantastic quote. If you want entertainment, go to the circus. I want 3 points. So celebrate the Mister and the Madman with Striped Hearts Apparel. So check them out. Show some love to the pod and the channel as well. Thank you to all of those who already have. We very much appreciate it. There are a couple other ways to support the pod. Super chat is enabled here, and the donations will go to the channel should you feel inclined. Otherwise, get yourself some cool gear. Go to stripedheartsapparel.com. Also, Eric, who's joining us, says he will get somebody. He will buy a Striped Hearts Apparel shirt and then donate it as a giveaway if Bernardeschi scores today. So everybody should be rooting for Bernardeschi to enter the match and then bury a goal, okay? So let's go. Homa Juve, I want to see Berna on the left side for Rabiot. His runs across will help Vlahovic and Morata. Yeah, Berna for Rabiot shout would be just fine. Roberto Hicks, Pellegrini is not it for me. Yeah, is it too soon to make that call though? Honestly, I've had a lot of questions about Pellegrini. I don't think it's that bad to a degree where we have to completely give up on it, but I'd like to see somebody brought in to offer competition next season. So we obviously have to move away from Sandro. I want to see somebody that isn't clearly over Pellegrini, but I want to see a battle there on the left side. Some competition for the starting spot would be great at left back, especially when you look at some of the options out there. There's not a whole bunch that really I think would be world beaters. So it'll be interesting. But Pellegrini, yeah, it's hit and miss there. I think Rompets is great here. It's still a project, but it's not the worst. Put it that way. And would you prefer Sandro being there starting to Pellegrini? In my personal opinion, I wouldn't. I still go to Pellegrini. The energy, the work rate at the bare minimum is there. With Sandro, sometimes you sacrifice that, which should be the bare minimum, right? So there you have it. But yeah, good half though. Good half for this one. Let's get out there. Get a couple more would be nice. That would also give me the prediction victory from the match day live. But the guys look good. The guys look good. Okay. We are going to take one quick look at some of the ratings out there. Okay, just to see how some of these sites are scoring them. So right now, let's see. I'm not sure why it's not pulling up this particular match. I just see ratings, but not actually giving us. There they are. There they are. Okay. So this is through SofaScore. Highest rated Juve player that half, Locatelli, 7.5. The lowest rated Juve player through SofaScore, tied between Dusan Vlahovic and Pellegrini. So they're actually, apologies, Szczesny, the lowest rated at 6.5. So there you go. That's just SofaScore. Okay, so nothing crazy, whatnot. Just wanted to see where some of their ratings are. They're usually pretty far out there. But big chances created for Juventus, 2. Big chances missed, 1. Shots inside the box, all 5 of our total attempts were inside the area. So Juventus doing a great job against a team that, like we said, surprisingly enough, decided that parking the bus and sitting back was going to be the best play against this Juve. I personally wouldn't have done it, but Thiago Motta, thank you. Grazie. Let's go. Second half getting ready to kick off. Everybody, another reminder quickly, like the channel if you're new here, subscribe. It's your one-stop shop for everything Juventus, okay? And don't forget, right after this ends and this broadcast ends, head over to Stoppage Time, okay? Stoppage Time by AJC on YouTube. They are going to round up the latest in Serie A action and get everybody primed up for the marquee matchup of Napoli-Milan, which obviously, hopefully we can get a result that favors us continuing to put the pressure on those teams. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Watching Vlahovic with a slick back hair. Does Vlahovic score in this second half, everybody? Let's go. Drop your answers here. Who gets the next goal for Juve, okay? And I'm going to make it a definitive because it will happen. Juve is scoring another one. So drop your guesses in here. Who scores the next one for Juve? Let's go. Arash says yes, it's Vlahovic. Vlahovic will get the next one for Juve. Juve 2-0. Vlahovic will score from home of Juve. Arash changing and saying next one is Luca. The last one is Dusan. There you go. There you go. I have to go back to my predictions because I believe I called Morata with 2 and then Cuadrado adding the 3rd. So a little bit of a bold statement there from myself going with the Cuadrado goal. But we'll see if he can reward me there. See if Quad can do it. Good luck coming in from Kush there. Yeah, I know. Quad had a chance, actually. Man, I really wish he would have shot that, not just for my predictions, but I honestly think he was better set up than Artur there. So we'll see what happens. And we have kickoff for the second half, okay? Second half underway, Juventini. Let's go. Ball with Delict there. Scanning. Again, light pressure from Spezia. A little bit now being applied to Rugani. Back to Szczesny. Spezia, again, low amount of pressure. Cuadrado with a quick volley inside right to Vlahovic, who settles it wonderfully. But his pass outside trying to hit Pellegrini was errant, and Spezia recovers. Goes back to Ehrlich, who has to go back to keeper with a little bit of pressure from Morata. Now, almost a dicey passer from the keeper to his right back, and he's cutting up the pitch, but Pellegrini cuts it off and earns a foul there as well. Pellegrini's always in there the way he plays, though. I do like that about Pellegrini, just that he's always in there. He's just clenching your shirt. He's just grabbing you. He's just knocking you, and he's taking feints. Like, he's just an absolute pest. It's that guy you would just hate to play against. You would just instantly be like, I hate this guy. I hate him. I actually like that he plays that way. I like it. We need some assholes on the team. We need it. We need it. Come on. Chippy young player, Cliff says. Yeah, I like it. We need some assholes. Come on. Can't be Smiley out there all the time. And there's Delict cleaning one up as Spezia tries to quickly launch the ball forward and turn on Juventus. Ball with Spezia's 10 here, and he comes inside to the middle of the pitch, and Juventus is just comfortably in position here. Soft foul there called on Mr. Rabiot. And of course, it's a soft foul because he might be, 6'5", whatever, but he plays pretty soft. Now, I'm saying we haven't had an asshole since Lichtsteiner left. Lichtsteiner was one of the best asshole players. Like, he was amazing. If anybody ever has the time and you just want to go back, watch a classic game, watch Juve Celtic, okay? And watch Lichtsteiner in that match. It's hilarious. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Classic. Rash saying, oh no, they are pressing us. Someone told Mota he got it wrong in first 45. Yeah, it was a little bit of a press. But we'll see what happens here. See if Juve can flip the script on them. Looked like they had one scenario of getting out away from it, but look at that, sitting back. Spezia getting the ball deep. Looked like they're going to have a cross in and cleared out by Delict. An offside called on Spezia, so would have been nothing from it anyways. Yeah, Delict with a great step right before that pass comes in. Just battling with his player and gets the offside for Spezia. Ball at Szczesny's feet, over to Rugani. Rugani will scan and take a look forward. Inside to Rabiot, puts him under. A little bit of a suicide ball there. Pellegrini has zero options there, so just puts it off his man and out for a Juve throw. Again, got to pick it up. Got to pick up that ball movement speed and everything and get things moving quicker, okay? Now you see Spezia starting to apply a little bit more pressure on us. You got to move the ball. That off-the-ball movement is going to be key. Our ball players need to have options, okay? We can't just have guys like Pellegrini did there get the ball and have absolutely nowhere to go with it. So everybody's got to be alive and on their toes and get moving. Spezia in control, top of the area here. Slides it out to the left side. Looked like he was going to dial a cross up, but didn't. Slots it back. Spezia in control. Out to the middle of the pitch here. Looking inside. Goes all the way through to Szczesny. Sal saying that Lichtsteiner was his daughter's first jersey. That's a great first jersey to have. My first jersey was none other than Alessandro Del Piero. It was a beauty too with the Libertà Digital D+ sponsorship on the middle. It was great. Love that kit. Everybody else join live while we have a little bit of break here waiting for this throw in. What was the first Juventus jersey you had? Drop it in the live here. I want to know your first Juventus kit. The first one I got for myself was the 03 one with the fast web. I love that kit. That's one of my favorite home kits. It was a Lotto kit, one of my favorites. Material is pretty heavy though. Pretty heavy, but love that kit. Spezia out in the top of the area. Pellegrini going out, closing down on two Spezia defenders. The back heel in, cross. Oh, the header goes right to Tech. Big stop from Szczesny there. And warning shot, okay? Warning shot from Spezia. Juve needs to get it together, okay? Spezia has ramped up the pressure. And now we need to go. Ball through to the right for Quadrado. Quadrado looking inside. Finds Vlahovic. Vlahovic has Nicolau right in front of him. Has another one coming in. Does well to maintain possession. Goes over to Quadrado. Quadrado scanning. Back to Danilo inside to Artur. Artur inside to Rabiot. Rabiot slots it over to Rugani. Rugani has a little bit of space ahead of him. Finds Pellegrini. Pellegrini's 1v1 with this guy, but goes back to Rugani as he wasn't having steps moving him backwards. Artur with a little bit of a misstep there over to Delict. Delict back to Szczesny. Spezia now Starting to come up the field a little bit slow here, not a full press. And there you go. Now we got a little bit of engagement on a press from Spezia. De Ligt with the ball over to Danilo. And again, the options way too far away for Danilo and not enough movement to the next player that gets the ball. So off the ball movement needs to be much, much better. Szczesny with a dicey pass over across to Artur, dropped all the way to help. Morata not even close on that aerial challenge, and Spezia regains possession. And now again at the top of the area, looks like he's going to have a shot, and Szczesny right there rolls it out quickly for Juve to come out and play. Danilo over to Cuadrado. Cuadrado scanning, continue to scan, moves slowly up and finds a through ball. Vlahovic and Nicolau battle there. Vlahovic still remains in control. Holds it, tries to turn him, does well. He's fighting right on the sideline, just tightrope walking there, and does well. And Nicolau has it out for Juventus throw. Great work from Vlahovic there, but again, we got to get back to just that movement, that off the ball movement, the options. We have to give our ball carriers options. Spezia hasn't dialed up the pressure a whole lot, but this is where it becomes concerning a bit for Juventus because, again, the pressure hasn't dialed up tremendously. And we look 9-day here, but look at this. Cuadrado beats his man, finds Locatelli, finds Morata. Morata has a hit and it's blocked. Oh, from a good spot. Artur coming in. Rabiot going to battle for that in the air. Does not win it, despite the guy being a foot and a half shorter than him. Pellegrini fighting hard. Oh, unfortunate. There was good battle, but that is a foul. So some of the kits, who we have? Cliff, Pirlo, 13-14 season. A little busy with an ADP China knockoff. I love it. And Danny with the yellow-collared Pirlo jersey. Doesn't know the year. Yellow-collared? Pirlo, yellow-collared? I'm trying to think of the yellow-collared jerseys. And then Danny MC 13-14 season. There you go. A little busy coming in. Teams only have to press with one player, and we pass all the way back to tech. Yeah, we gotta get this sorted out here. Roberto X, guys, I'm not comfortable with Pellegrini. You guys could disagree with me, but he just isn't it for Roberto Hicks there. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough one. There's a yellow card. Ehrlich there for Spezia. 53rd minute. And that is the first card of the game. I think that puts Lucci as the correct call on that tiebreaker from our prediction challenge in the match day live. I think Lucci takes it on the cards. I think he was the closest. 61% possession still in favor of Juventus, 39 for Spezia. We are at the 54th minute here. Again, little bit of press now from Spezia. Cuadrado takes a foul there. Easy call too. Be better, man. Come on. Be better. Let's go. Cuadrado laboring on the ground there. But again, Cuadrado's got nothing to do other than try to take a step and turn on this one. So ball movements just got to be quicker. You got to put those guys, if they want to press you, you got to make them work for you. You got to make them run as quick as possible and give our guy just that extra split second to make a decision, right? If we're too slow in moving it there and the guy's on his back, you've got no options. You're going to just keep eating fouls, hopefully, or you're going to get stripped, or you got to just go all the way back and their press is able to put you even further under. Here's Danilo inside to Artur, out to Cuadrado with the one touch over the top. Missed it. Nobody there. Oh, cleaned up by De Ligt. Well done from De Ligt. Ball out for Spezia throw, but they're ramping up the pressure. Let's go. 55th minute. Juve needs to find a solution here. They've got to figure out when teams press how to play out of it, through it, whatever. They need to figure it out. Throwing inside. Cuadrado takes a ball to the face, falls out. Spezia just at the top of the area, trying to work it somewhere for a shot. They're just outside the area and tried to curl it back post and tech there. Okay. So yes, Spezia Verdi tried to fire that curler to the back post, but no avail. No avail. Tech right there. All right. Let's see. We've got Delict. Ball inside to Rabiot. And the press has laid off for this particular possession. Ball over the top. Vlahovic. Oh. Gets called for a foul there. It's called for an arm shot to Ehrlich and gets a yellow card. Didn't see it close enough to see. He was definitely trying to push off there. Let's see on a replay here. I'm sure they're going to show it right quick. Here it is. Vlahovic sees him coming in, tries to put the shoulder into him, and Ehrlich, kind of eats that shoulder to the lower chin and whatnot, but he didn't raise arm or anything. He's trying to put a little shoulder into him. Gets a yellow for his efforts. Ball in Spezia's feet. 57 minutes. All right. Ball at the back to Provedel. We need a goal, Juventini. We need a goal. Let's go. Juve needs to ramp things up. They need to find that next one. The next one has to be Juve's. We need maximum points in all the remaining Serie A matches, not only in March, but just period. We need maximum points. Let's go. Spezia finding ways to just cut inside to Juve there. Oh, beautifully won foul there from Danilo there. Continues to just be an Iron Man for this squad. Does a lot of incredible work for us. So, yeah, Delict, Artur, Danilo all in there, and Danilo ends up getting in there, ends up winning a foul. Danilo's a beauty. He is an absolute beauty. We need a cushion goal badly from Edgar. Absolutely. We need the next one. The next goal has to be Juve's. It absolutely has to be. Juve's throw. Rabiot trying to get the ball from Thiago Motta, who's playing games. Take it easy, man. Take it easy. Thiago Motta with a yellow card for his efforts. Fantastic. Fantastic. Love to see it. Love to see it. Okay, let's go. Oh, Morata with a questionable switch field ball, but handled by Danilo. Finds Cuadrado. Cutting up the pitch. Fakes a cross in. Cuts it side centrally. Looks to have the ball inside. Looks to start taking his man on 1v1. Locatelli in there. Oh, tried to play back to Cuadrado, but put it way, way too far for the Colombian with the armband on today. Our Capitano today, Juan Cuadrado. Man, Mota's still hot about that yellow. Take it easy, man. Relax. Don't play games. Stupid games win stupid prizes. Whatever. Spezia coming inside. And again, space as our midfielders just get back into position. Through ball, Rugani there to clean house. But goes out for Spezia corner. A little bit slow getting back there from the midfielders. Artur a little bit slow getting back there. 60th minute. We're coming up on the 60th minute. Okay, 1-0 Juve still. Cross in, off the corner, cleared out by Juve. To the top of the area. Headed back in inside. A little bit space for Verdi there. Has the ball in, but Szczesny all over that. Way too much space. Way too much space and time for Verdi there to do some damage. And again, long ball out to Vlahovic. Easily handled by Spezia, and now they could put us under. We don't need to do that either, which is pump it out. You've got 1v5 up there, and we were all back from their corner kick and whatnot, and now we just allow them to hold us back there. Lucky break here with a misplaced pass from Spezia. Artur coming up the pitch. Oh, beautiful cut inside. He's running. He's got options. Oh, it doesn't hit Vlahovic there. See, everybody had formed a flat line across for Juve there. Cuadrado, Vlahovic, Morata, and Rabiot. They're all in a flat line. You literally give nothing for Artur there. Somebody has to show, somebody needs to make a run in behind. They were all just flat and level, and he continues to run and run. But if nobody's coming out to challenge him, you guys can't stay flat. Somebody's got to show, somebody's got to be an option. You got to do something. They were all just made a flat line and made it way too easy for Spezia there. And unfortunately, we let them off the hook and couldn't punish them for that brutal pass in the middle of the pitch there. Just something noticed there. A little busy random, but Cancelo just almost scored an overhead kick from 18 yards. Cancelo, eh? The Cancelo talk will always continue with Juventus. It's funny. So many see the player in such a different light. It's quite interesting to have such drastic changes of opinion depending on who you talk to about João Cancelo. Beautiful interception by Artur, who springs Rabiot. Rabiot is off to the races here. Morata making a run, coming out wide. He gets the ball. He's got 1v1 on his man. Slots it back to Rabiot. Rabiot stopped. Morata inside the corner of the area has to go back out to Rabiot. Now Rabiot with his back has his pass intercepted, and Spezia regains possession. Oh, bad challenge there. A brutal challenge there. I think we got a C card there. Very late and nowhere near the ball. But just a foul. Just a foul. Here we have Bernardeschi getting ready to enter the pitch, okay? And Luca Pellegrini will be the one who comes off. So this is extremely interesting, okay? Extremely interesting. So Bernardeschi coming in for Pellegrini. So let's see how this. So Danilo now makes up your left back. Cuadrado is out at right back. Yeah. So they made a back four now with Cuadrado on the right. Danilo has moved over to the left. Bernardeschi has moved over to the right side outside of the pitch where Cuadrado was. So there you go. Little bit of a switch there. 63rd minute. Is that a switch you would have made? Is that a switch you would have made? If having Bernardeschi in, would you have taken Pellegrini out? Roberto Hicks, I already know his answer. It would have been yes, because he is not having faith in Luca Pellegrini. I'm okay with it, but this will be interesting to see how it plays out. Well, now they could, in theory, make the three-man back still with Rugani, De Ligt, Danilo, but it puts De Ligt on the right side and Rugani at the heart if you do it that way. So it's a bit interesting. I see this just playing as your standard 4-4-2. I don't know if they'll necessarily change it to a 3-5-2 in possession, but right now, possession is the key. We need to get possession back and regain it. Let's go. Okay. Waiting for the 64th minute. Juve's got to ramp things up here. Let's go. Come on. The press coming right now from Artur. He is beyond our strikers. I've called this before and said this is just way too bizarre for me to press that way. And look at what happens. One long ball forward, touch inside. Artur is beyond your forwards. What a strange, unbalanced way of pressing a team. Cuadrado does fantastic there for the sliding tackle on a cross to hit it off the Spezia player and go out for Juventus goal kick. Great work from Cuadrado there. Again, getting back to my thoughts there on that press, extremely strange to press with the guy who's playing your holding midfielder role all the way and beyond your forwards. This is bizarre to me. But whatever, let's see. We need to ramp things up, though. Juve has not done much this half, okay? In terms of possession, it's dropped at 58% now. Juve 42 for Spezia. Spezia all of a sudden with 4 attempts, 3 on target. Of course, they were all very, very weak, and Tech was all over them. But they're growing in this game nonetheless, and we are shutting down. So we need to pick things up. Morata down after what looks like a blow to the head. Off the aerial there. Yes, yes. Button heads there. There, Lich. That's a stinger. Those suck. Those absolutely suck. Quick reminder for everybody while you're here, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, okay? It's all Juve all the time here at All Juve Cast. Let's go. Real quick after this match ends, I am just gonna talk about things real briefly. Okay, we'll just recap it. Of course, the main feature recap will be tomorrow on the post-match podcast. We hope you can all join us live as we'll break this one down and we'll tackle all the aftermath that's to come. Okay, player performances, news, press conferences, we'll tackle it all, as well as the ongoing news circulating around La Vecchia Signore. Okay, so tomorrow 8:30 a.m. Eastern. That's the main for the post match. Okay. Of course, after this one, head over to Stoppage Time by All Juve Cast, which is its own separate YouTube channel. Stoppage Time by AJC. Check them out. They're going to be live, getting you ready for the marquee matchup and covering all of Serie A action so far this weekend. Okay. Bernardeschi with a foul there as he steps in hard. It's okay. Berna with the quick yellow, getting back into the rhythm. Has been out for a while. Strange scenario circulating around Bernardeschi and what took so long for him to come back. Very, very strange, but he's back in there now, and I think he's going to help us out quite a bit. I don't think it can be I don't think you can say it any other way that he hasn't helped his team out this season and been a big impact. Some of our best streaks have been attributed to Bernardeschi in the lineup. And again, he offers you, number one, the ability to do what Max has done today, which is change shape completely based on his versatility. He also is that player that I see balancing things out. Okay. Now, going back to the switch for Bernardeschi coming in for Pellegrini, would I have done that? Personally, no. I would have seen Rabiot out. But with Spezia ramping up pressure, I could see why Max kept Rabiot in there, but personally, I wouldn't. I would have looked to Berna getting in there. Here's Berna on the ball, fighting for possession here. Not a lot of options for him. Rabiot, far too long to get back and be an option. I'm not sure why, as a midfielder, he's that far up the pitch when we still have the ball in the middle of it, okay? Middle of the pitch. He's far up by our forwards, and Bernardeschi has to fight to get the ball out with two players there, and he's got zero options there. Again, off the ball, we have to be so much better. And when teams drop, okay, when teams drop a little bit of pressure on us, just a little bit of pressure and press on us, we just crumble off the ball. It's crazy. We just go into this shutdown, this fearful play. It's wild. Spezia has not produced an awful lot of pressure enough to have us playing this slow and scared, and like, we can ramp things up here. Let's go. But again, off the ball, it just needs to be so much better. So here's Rabiot, and again, there's not much happening off the ball. It is very, very slow, very stagnant, and this is what you have. Players with zero options. Rugani gets the ball, literally goes out for a Spezia throw. There is zero options for us right now, okay? Time for our weekly dose of grease. You are so right, my friend. It's time for the grease. Here's a cross in from Spezia, tries to volley it, goes to the back post, cut back inside, and goes to Szczesny. 70th minute mark. We're at the 70th minute mark. Oh, pops that over the top. Oh, yeah. We just got to get on it here. We have slowed right down. Everything about our game is slowed right down. Ball over to the side to Rabiot. He's 1v1, but he tries to cross it in. Tries to cross it into Morata there. None doing. Had a 1v1 scenario. And now Rabiot goes in hard. Gets a foul. Getting chippy up there. I would have liked to see Rabiot do more in that scenario, but and the cross, if you're going to put the cross in, it's got to be at least threatening or dangerous there. I mean, he had an attempt at Morata at the back post, but he tried to go short side. Strange. Spezia trying to play up to the top. Oof. Runs right through. Rugani with a miscalculation there. Danilo on the ball, looking for options. De Ligt over there. Spezia's in press. Bernardeschi's the outlet. Finds Locatelli. Locatelli has two guys on him. Does well. Look at Locatelli. Fantastic touch to free himself out of there. Great work from Locatelli. Ball back to Bernardeschi. Bernardeschi back to Cuadrado. Cuadrado's taking a look. Sizes up across, but doesn't have it into Artur. Back to De Ligt. De Ligt into Cuadrado. Has it inside to Artur. Artur feels a little bit of pressure coming, but he steps forward. Finds it inside to Morata. Morata can't find Vlahovic. Too soft of a pass. Has to get it to Vlahovic's feet early there for the Serb to do some damage. Ball out of play off of Bernardeschi for Spezia throw. Spezia ball in play. They're running up. One quick pass has them by 4 Juve players. Little too stagnant. Little too slow. Let's go. Pick it up. Gotta pick it up. Del Juve Pure, we are so effing bad. You could see night and day from the first to the second. In the first, obviously, Spezia had zero pressure on Juve. Second, they kicked it up, but we are just, it's not enough from us. The intent, the drive, the off-the-ball movement is completely stagnant. We just slowed right down. It's not that we are so effing bad. It's that when we choose to play like this, we are so effing bad. It doesn't have to be this way. But the off-the-ball movement has stopped entirely. Gassi throws it there. We've got some youngsters warming up. Ake, Sule, and Keane all warming up there. So let's see what Max will do for changes. We're already at the 73rd minute, so let's see. Ball inside. Spezia, again, coming up. Tries to play it to their target player, but right through to Szczesny. So nothing doing. Tech picks it up. Rolls her right out to Cuadrado. Cuadrado coming up the pitch. Again, options are moving very, very slowly. So he pumps the ball all the way up to the left flank for Juve, which is Danilo. Danilo has it inside to Rabiot. Rabiot to Artur. Artur scans. He has it to the far side, back to Cuadrado. Cuadrado moving forward. Nothing for options. Back to De Ligt. De Ligt scanning, taking a step forward. Inside to Locatelli. Locatelli cuts it through. Inside to Rabiot. Great play. Rabiot, you have Danilo open on the other side. He just wasn't looking that way. Over to Bernardeschi. Bernardeschi with a hit gets blocked. Oh, they have it under Morata with the shot that's blocked and goes out for a corner kick. Oh, good work. Much better there. Quicker ball movement, finding the options. Rabiot had an opportunity to hit Danilo streaking in there, but he didn't even see it because he was constantly moving towards the right. So he did not see it, unfortunately. Now we have Cuadrado. Cuadrado coming up over the corner kick. Let's see if Juve can add one here on a corner kick. Let's go. Do we have a call? Is this going to be it? Let's see. Let's see if this is it. Let's get it going. Come on. Corner kick in from Quad. It's high, going to the back. Danilo heads it back in towards the back post, but De Ligt's man cut him off. Now inside to Rabiot. Cuts back. Morata backwards. Over to Artur. Artur in control. Inside. Over to Locatelli. Locatelli, quick switch over to Cuadrado. Cuadrado sides up across and has it this time. Inside over everybody. Morata's defender looked like he got a piece of it, and it'll be Juventus throw. 75 minutes. Waiting for some changes. There might be a change here, and there is, but it's for Spezia. Kovalenko looks to be coming in for Manaj. And just for everybody, stat watch, 58% Juventus for possession, 42 for Spezia, 8 total attempts for Juve, 3 on goal, 5 total attempts for Spezia, 3 on target. There you have it. That's the numbers so far. Keeping an eye on the lineups and ratings. Szczesny is no longer the lowest rated player according to SofaScore. Vlahovic has become the lowest rated player for Juventus in this particular match. Agree? Disagree? Let me know. I'm just giving you news. Don't shoot the messenger, by the way. All right. Artur going backwards over to Rugani, who will no doubt go back to Szczesny, as he does. Spezia in full press. Szczesny bombs it up. Bernardeschi trying to battle for the aerial. Does well. Falls over to Vlahovic, who does great job. Oh my God, Rabiot, you never think forward. Goes back to Artur. Artur over to Morata. And inside to Danilo. Danilo with a great little step. Over to Vlahovic. Vlahovic pops it over the top now. Finding Cuadrado. Cuadrado sizes it up. Always makes it size up like he's going to have a cross. And then tries to be his man. Oh, Locatelli does well there. Bernardeschi coming inside. Cross over to the back post. Rabiot not there. Regains possession. Has it outside to Danilo. Danilo over to Artur. Artur back over to Rugani. Rugani over to De Ligt. Inside to Bernardeschi. Bernardeschi tries to get that ball over the top. Falls short. Locatelli does well to step inside there. Vlahovic finds Morata. Morata tries a through ball for Locatelli, but cut off. Better, much better again. What changed? Movement. The movement and the tempo at which you move the ball. If we waited longer to move that ball to Bernardeschi, his man is so tight to him that he has nowhere to go. But you give him an ability to just even take a half turn in order to see things and open things up. But again, when we stop our off-the-ball movement, this team looks brutal. And it's normal. That would happen to any team. If you're not moving off the ball, you're not giving your teammates options. Yeah, it's going to look ugly. 78th minute. Spezia in control. Coming up our flank. Cuadrado cuts it off inside to Locatelli. Locatelli finds Vlahovic. Bernardeschi making a run. Vlahovic finds Bernardeschi. He's up on the right flank. He puts a through ball into Vlahovic. The support needs to come. Need to help the Serb. Unfortunately, he doesn't get a touch on the ball. His defender comes in and it goes out for a goal kick. So frustrating there. But again, yeah, he just waited too long. Waited a bit too long there. Now Spezia, again, in control. Juventus in position, not applying much pressure. Again, Spezia just side to side, scanning, not necessarily probing us in any way, shape, or form, but just scanning. Here's a little pass. They're now at the top of the area. Slots one through inside with a big shot and big stop from Szczesny. Holy, out of seemingly nothing. It was like we went into standby mode and just watched that unfold. Come on, Juventus. Pick it up, boys. Pick it up. Finish strong. We need to find another. 79 minutes. Now you got a free kick deep in our territory for Spezia. Out of nowhere there. And I agree, going back to that previous play with Morata there where he tries to slot through to Locatelli, I agree with you, Dels. Morata needs to shoot. Out of nothing here, we seemingly watch them cut in. Szczesny comes out huge on that one. So big stop. Very, very sleepy first half for Szczesny there. But he's been solid second half and has had to be aware. And that could be tough. That could be tough in these games where you go for a first half where you're barely engaged to having to be on second half. So free kick comes in. It's terrible. Doesn't get by the first line for Juventus, but Spezia still in possession. Again, left flank cross coming in over the top, clears everybody. Ball at Danilo's feet. He has it. Oh, hits the ref, and the ref calls it dead. Danilo's pretty cool and calm on that ball, though. You see him scanning instantly. That would have been a great one and the right option should the ref not have been in the way there. But Danilo's just great. Solid player. Locatelli on the ball. One option to go to the side with Cuadrado. Cuadrado back to Szczesny. Press coming from Spezia. Szczesny backs up and then pumps it up Rabiot's way. Rabiot loses the aerial. And there you go. Wins it back between him and Arthur. And Arthur quickly finds Bernardeschi. Bernardeschi gets closed down immediately. Has it out to Cuadrado. Cuadrado scanning. Over to Rugani. Rugani back to Szczesny. Again, where are our options? Danilo there not being unavailable. It needs to be wide. He was cut far too much inside centrally. This all begins again because we leave ourselves only an option of going aerial, and Rabiot loses way too many aerials, in my opinion, for a guy that size. I don't think I've seen anybody that big lose as many aerials as Adrien Rabiot does, to be honest. And I'm not trying to single him out and just rule him out and pick. It's just something I've noticed about his game is, he's this big figure, whatnot, but he doesn't win as many aerials as you think he would. I'm actually curious on that, and I'll take a look. Maybe I am just targeting him. Maybe he's not so bad. Let's take a look and see. No, he's won 1 out of 4 aerials. So, yeah, I'm kind of right in my thinking there. And there's Rabiot taking a foul there. Lobbying on this one, but it is what it is, man. I mean, that's an easy call too. Come on. Timings are off. Rash says, yeah. Busy. Everyone praises Luca passing until we get into situations like this, and he's got nothing. Well, I don't necessarily know. That's a weird one. Arash saying Rabiot's jump timings are off. Yeah, there's a lot off, I think, there. Why do Juve and Allegri try to hang on to 1-0 leads? I would understand a 2-0 lead. It's becoming very apparent to, and we've got to tackle this free kick. It is actually in a dangerous area. Verdi comes up, takes it, hit by the wall. Ball still in our area, goes over to the left side. Cuadrado applying pressure, comes back outside. There's another cross coming in from Spezia. Oh, De Ligt heads it into a bad spot. We get lucky there. Rabiot puts a dangerous foot in there. Spezia looking for the call. Bad clearance there. Bad clearance attempt. Questionable stuff. He's listening. He's listening to this call, and this is the trouble you get into. Oh, De Ligt was left high and dry there. Bad clearance. He heads it there. Rabiot gets a foot in there. It doesn't look like much in it. They're checking it. Doesn't look like much in it. Not from the angle I just watched. This is crazy. And there you go. Play on. Mamma mia. Are we kidding me? This is why. Now, going back to Edgar's thing of why do we try to hang on to 1-0 leads? I don't necessarily believe we are trying to hang on. We've seen the difference clear as day here today in this match. Juventus struggles with even a little bit of pressure. Not a full-out press. They still struggle. This team has to learn how to play through that. They absolutely have to. But it has to be said, off the ball, we have fizzled out completely from that first half to the second one, regardless of Spezia and what they're doing. If that is directed from Allegri to slow things down or whatever, I don't like it. I don't like it. When this team slows things down, you make it far too easy for the teams. And if they are going to ramp up their pressure on you, it becomes even more easy and you're just shooting yourself in the foot. So I hope he hasn't directed them to slow things down. But man, we've got to be much better at learning to play once that press kicks in. There's an errant pass from Locatelli. Verdi slots it over to the right flank. Cross coming in. Piece of it from Rabiot goes out for corner kick to Spezia. We're at the 85th minute mark. Man, greasing it up. I thought we were going to see a beauty there, with the 1-0 kick at half. A lot of good opportunities. And second half, night and day. Just get the win at this point. Cross coming in on the corner kick for Spezia, cleared out by Danilo. Danilo now takes over the right side as we just finished this set piece defense. Ball goes out for Juventus throw as the switch field to Verdi was far too far for. How? Arash saying we need a ball distributor. Come join the church of Maxime Lopez. Everybody is going on this Maxime Lopez. And you got it. Rightfully so. But ball distribution or not, who is this ball distributor going to give the ball to if none of our guys are moving? None of our guys are moving. This second half has been so stale. And nobody has been trying to make runs, make moves, create space for one another. We've been stagnant. It's like it's just control mode, right? Control mode, slow, sloppy football, broken football. When this team tries to slow things down, you can't do it. You used to be able to do it, but the game's changed far too much. You just can't do it anymore. And against the blueprint for Juventus, which is pressure Juve, press them. We want to keep playing slow. It ain't going to look good. Just a terrible team. This is completely unacceptable by Larry. It didn't look much better without the injuries. Well, again, is that directed? You got to start asking the question. Is it directed for us to slow down drastically in the second half and all of a sudden our guys aren't making movements, or are they just gassed? Does it go to not Allegri and not the directions, but the training? Are they overworked? Do they not have the gas to continue to be options and move off the ball for a full game? Maybe we overwork them. Maybe the training regimen is too hard. Cuadrado comes in with a great opportunity, makes a cut to the left, but skies it up to the upper section of seating there. Keane looking a little bit lost there. Entered the match, trying to find his bearings. I'm not even so sure if he has a touch. So one thing we have to pick up is the fact that we can't have Rabiot getting more touches, considerably more than Locatelli, because that's kind of telling of how the second half has been anyways, when Luca's heavily involved versus when he gets barely involved. So it's a big change there. So few more instances second half where Rabiot's involved deep in the offensive phase, and you definitely want to trade places with Locatelli as opposed to Rabiot, but is what it is. 89th minute, so we're closing in on the 90th minute, and then we will get probably just a bit of stoppage time as there were some cards dished out. Don't see too much, maybe a couple minutes here. Potentially 3 minutes if I had to throw a guess out there. Artur on the ball now, back to De Ligt. De Ligt taking a step forward inside to Bernardeschi, quickly surrounded by 3 Spezia players. Out to Locatelli. Locatelli sprays it over to Cuadrado, who makes his run over on the right flank. He's 1v1. He's cutting inside. Oh, takes his man on. Cuts into the area. Oh, low hard cross, and Morata misses it. Oh man, that was the brace, Alvaro. That was the brace, Alvaro. Great work from Cuadrado. Great work from Locatelli. Again, ball distribution is fine from Locatelli. You got to have the options. Great off the ball read by Cuadrado to head up the pitch there. Rewarded by Locatelli. Takes his man on 1v1, does well. Morata unfortunately misses that one, which would have given him the brace, given us that cushion. 3 minutes added time. 3 minutes added time. And we're at almost 91st. Spezia working it around at the back here. Let's see. Let's see. Guys, we're going to do a Storm the Barn question series like we usually do during our podcast here. Okay, I want to enter that into this mix. So get your Storm the Barn questions in. Any questions you have related to this match, related to Juventus, get them in now. We're going to spend a little bit of time in the post-match. I have a few minutes to give you guys, of course, the true post-match breakdown will be tomorrow on the actual podcast at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you're here live and take part in that show and get yourself on the podcast. Now, let's see here. 91 minutes, 32 seconds. Juventus all backed up there. Verde in deep on the right. Rabiot closes him down. Verde comes in with a cross. A little too much space there, and the shot goes wide. Far too much space inside our own area, too. So he makes a run. There's absolutely nobody picking it up. Locatelli comes in there, but very, very late. Questionable. Dells, Morata has to get something on that. I completely agree on that other opportunity where Cuadrado does well, hammers that low cross, which goes to the far post. He's got to be there. Probably didn't think it was going to make it through, but you've got to, again, that's an anticipation error. You've got to anticipate that. Otherwise, what is the point of even being there? Make the runs as if it's going to be there. Make the runs as if that pass is going to get there. You always finish off your runs. All right, so foul here on Spezia. Closing in on 93rd minute. Borabia is going to get the yellow card there. We're almost through and completed. Another reminder for everybody, like the video. Subscribe to the channel also if you're new here. Ball pumped up to Keane. Morata in possession now. He's just going to hold it, try to see things out. And there you have it. There's the whistles, okay? Match ends 1-0. 1-0 Juventus, okay? An absolute grease fest of a second half. But there you have it, okay? It is over. 1-0 Juventus. We get the 3 points. Man, this is, I don't know. Based on the way the first half was going, you thought it would have a completely different outcome. Unfortunately, it did not. We were in for our daily, weekly dose of grease, as Arash put earlier on in the chat here. And yeah, that's a frustrating one in terms of what we expect and what we see. It is what it is. Arash saying Max's motto is you bring the ball, we bring the grease. There you go. At the end of the day, we got the 1-0 victory. Won it. It was this very, very promising first half. Again, a lot of good building blocks are there. That's why I said last week, and I've been saying, like, we're not far off from something strong. It's just for whatever reason, we just can't put it all together and put it together consistently and continue to go. Is it direction? Is it direction from Max? Is Max telling them in the second half, slow things down, slow right down? Is it the players? Do we train them too hard? Are they not physically fit to play in that manner for the entire game? It wasn't an extreme style of playing that we played in the first half, but the off the ball movement was much, much more than what we saw in the second half. Guys were walking in the second half. They were walking. Is it instructed to slow things down? Are they trained too hard? I don't know. All I know is what we did in the first half wasn't lights out, and it wasn't an extreme pace that it's something that's completely unsustainable for 90 minutes. I don't think we played to that level in the first half. So I'm very shocked at seeing it in the second half. Spezia ramped up their pressure. In the first half, we were all shocked at the fact that they didn't apply a press and weren't coming at us. Second half, they did. And again, Juventus needs to learn how to play through that. They have to figure out an answer into how they're going to escape presses from teams. Needs to be much better. But again, it's a win. Okay, we needed it. We need all these March Serie A matches to be 3 points. We have work to do. We have continued work to do. The building blocks are there. Now, storm the barn. For anybody that has questions, drop them in here. As far as a quick recap, 57% possession for Juventus, 43 for Spezia, 10 total attempts from Juventus, 3 on target, 9 for Spezia, 4 on target for them. Okay. In terms of ratings, going by SofaScore, the man of the match would have been Juan Cuadrado, who got an 8.2 rating. But I want to know from all of you who your man of the match was in this one. To be honest, very, very different. Big difference from first half to the second half. I thought Morata did well in this game. I thought he did well. I thought Locatelli had a strong game. I thought Cuadrado had a good game. Danilo had a good game. De Ligt had one errant clearance, but other than that, he was solid. Szczesny was big in the second half when he had to be always in the right spot, doing well, and had one big save. So if I had to give it to somebody, I would probably end up giving it, honestly, to Locatelli. Locatelli, if I had to give a man of the match, I thought he was solid in it. And again, when we talk about distribution errors, things like that, I think it was, again, a lot of off the ball movement that just fizzled away. We looked completely stagnant, but we got the job done. Now, let's get to questions. Anybody that has questions about this particular matchup or Juventus in general, let's talk about it here. I have a little bit of time before we are going to go away to the stoppage time by AJC live show, recapping all the Serie A action and getting ready for Milan and Napoli, which is sure to be a interesting watch for Juventini because we need the result to go our way. We need some help there. So let's see what some of the thoughts are here. Del saying a better team, even if Villarreal can turn you over if you only play for half an hour. Absolutely. Arash saying we just lack personnel to handle high press. We need either a driver like Pogba or a distributor like Jorginho, Maxime Lopez. Again, I think, if you were, let's just say you throw a Jorginho in there today. Jorginho gets the ball. I can think already at the top of my head about 5 instances where our guy was battling so hard to keep possession from 2 or 3 players, and our guys were not in the correct position and were not putting in the proper amount of effort to get there to become that option for whoever the ball carrier was at that time. That's why I think, like, even if you do that, it's only part of the issue. So it really has to be a question of, are we being directed to slow things down this much, or are we just overtraining these players? Are they not physically capable to play in this manner for a 90-minute match? It's crazy to me. Now, when I think about this, one of the issues, and it might just be, again, us continuing to work forward and trying to grow, because what was the previous issues? The previous issues were Vlahovic, Morata, Keane, whoever, being completely isolated. Pump the ball up, and then there was a massive gap between midfield and the forwards. In this one, you could see that the work was trying to take place in order to shorten that gap. The problem is when you try to do that. Because if you watched, you would see, and I tried to point it out during this live reactions a couple times, where Rabiot would be far too advanced. Even Locatelli would be far too advanced for that period of time. And that is them trying to anticipate whether the long ball comes forward and then it's going to be played back to one of them. So that's Rabiot and Locatelli trying to be that option for those guys so they have an outlet. The problem is, if that ball doesn't come forward, you get what you see a lot of the time here. They either got to know that ball's coming forward. They got to be in sync, and the chemistry has to be there. Otherwise, you have guys doing their damnedest to try and maintain possession, fight through 3 or 4 checks in the center of the pitch, and have 0 outlets. And at that point, even when Spezia's pressed, you don't even want to pass back to your defenders because it would be a suicide pass. So there's a lot of work that has to be done. He's trying to find some type of balance, enable a way to support those forwards up top, but you absolutely cannot just abandon the middle of the pitch like that. So it's very, very interesting. For me, you'd want to support with your outsides. It's a little bit safer. it's a little bit safer. When you're throwing your mids forward like that in order just to get that, throw one mid and one outside. It's okay to cheat a bit in order to gain an advantage offensively and tactically, but be smart about how you do it. The other strange thing that still happens from time to time is Arthur being the one that presses and going beyond our forwards. And then we saw one long ball, one quick touch inside. Our middle was non-present. They were gone. All three of them were completely gone. 2 passes because we have Arthur blasting through ahead of both of our forwards with a press. Why on earth is that how you choose to press? There's still much work to be done with Juventus. You can see the building blocks. Are we going to find the perfect mix of chemistry and balance to close out the season? I don't know. I still say it's got to be much, much better than what we're seeing. But I can see some of the building blocks, and I can see why some of these things are happening. So I just want to touch on that. Let's get to question. What does it take for Alberto to convert to Church of Maxime Lopez? Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to take for me to convert. But let's just put it this way. He's got my attention. Okay? Is that fair? He's got my attention. Okay? Let's go. Ron Rustan says, thank God for Szczesny, my man of the match. There you go. A little busy. If I'm Vlahovic, I'm really dissatisfied with the service tonight. Gladburn is back. Way too much walking. Urgency is so rare now. Yeah, and that's kind of what I've really picked out of this match today is night and day first half to second half. And once that energy level drops, it gets really, really bad for us. Vlahovic had a little bit of a rough go today. Quadrado had an opportunity to put one right on a platter for him and got it all wrong, unfortunately. Animesh, storm in the barn. Can we play good without Dybala? Were we playing great with Dybala? I feel like it was the same frustrations. I feel like it was a lot of the same, to be honest. And this is why Max Allegri has really come under fire with many of the fans, is because many fans don't have that belief that it gets better when Chiesa's in there, when Dybala's in there. They just think it's the same. And, take that for what it is. And you all make your own decisions, have your own opinions. I love hearing all your opinions, but many fans feel that way. And for me, this team changes all the time, and we've seen glimpses. Now, the thing is when we've seen the glimpses of us really turn it on, really play our best, really put teams under, it's in a manner that I don't believe Max will ever truly commit to. It's only in a manner when we've been chasing goals or chasing results, and then we kind of play players in a manner where, yeah, this makes sense, and they all kind of seem to click, and all of a sudden the urgency is up and guys are very, very active and driven. But I need to see that more consistently through the previous 80 minutes, not just when we're in dire needs and chasing results and goals. So again, is it directed? Is it a stamina thing? Are the guys overtrained? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, and we're all just speculating here, even when we attack either the players or Allegri. But all I know is it can't be as slow and stagnant as the second half. It needs to be a bit better, in my personal opinion. Dell's saying, we criticized Allegri heavily for his team only playing half a game in his first tenure. This isn't new at all. At this point, the only logic is that it's an instruction from the coach. And there you go. Dells believes it is clear instructions from Allegri. If I had to, wager something, I would agree. I would have to agree. I don't know. I have questions about how hard we work these players in training based on injury statuses, a lot of things. But I would think Max is very methodical in how he sees games and how he sees them playing out and whatnot. And with a 1-0 lead, changing from the way the first half was played to a counter-attacking setup to just go out and grab that winner feels a lot more like Max. Like it would be that safe, hey, we've got the lead now, we can solidify the back and just try and hit them on counters. And if we grab that counter, great, but let's go out to not concede. It makes sense. I mean, it seems like Max, right? Again, all speculation, whatnot. We see what it is. Now, we've got Sweaty saying the quality of substitutes also is plaguing us, and we need to be more clinical. Miran saying, for me, Bernardeschi is as good as dead. What a useless player. Wow. I don't know if I'd go to that extent on Bernardeschi, especially this season, and what he's been able to help us quite a bit. I think, again, we just haven't had enough of the guys all around each other consistently enough to build some type of understanding, and it shows in our play. There's things Bernardeschi does quite well in terms of the runs, the energy, and attacking space and whatnot that some other guys don't do. But again, it's finding that mix of everybody involved. I said it at the time. I probably wouldn't have switched Pellegrini for Bernardeschi if you were going to bring him in, but I understand why Max did, because in Max's head, you leave that midfield completely the same. And he sees Rabiot for quite a bit more than I see Rabiot for. So it is what it is. Miran saying, who else thinks Cuadrado yelling ask for the ball every second is not only annoying, but also disrupting our game plan and tempo? Yeah, see Cuadrado, I pointed it out a bit. He's always yelling for the ball. It's frustrating because a lot of the times he's too far back. He's too deep. He doesn't have his defender moving backwards. Cuadrado is at his best when he's just got that slight forward momentum and the guy's backing up. Then he can do his damage. But a lot of the time he's calling for the ball. And again, it comes down to what his options are when he gets the ball. But a lot of the time he was going back today. So I could see it being frustrating today. But ultimately it is what it is. You're not going to change that from Cuadrado. He just is that player that demands the ball a lot. Is it changing? Is it disrupting our gameplay? I don't think so. If you look at the first half, again, the biggest change was the tempo, just the tempo in general. I don't think Cuadrado kills the tempo. I think everybody had a massive drop off in the second half, and it was clear. It's clear to see. Little Busy thinks it has to be the fitness level. We play so much better when 11 guys are fresh and whatnot. So, man, if that's the fitness levels and we're fizzing out at halftime, then we definitely have to figure out our training regimen and do things to be much better. We have to be much better throughout longer periods of the game. So again, 1-0 victory. Ultimately, we are going to break things down a lot further tomorrow on the live podcast. Last quick reminder, if everybody could please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. It's your one-stop shop for everything Juventus. Check out the sponsor, okay, at the top of the screen here, stripedheartsapparel.com. The Mad Max line just dropped. They're fantastic. And, of course, we have our own AJC content apparel with, of course, Rovella Hive and our AJC, our all UVcast Ultra stuff. It all supports the pod and channel. And, of course, some goes to charity as always. So massive thank you for those that have. Thank you for everybody who joined in on the watch along. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Not so much the second half, but still, it's a 1-0 victory. Enjoy the rest of your weekends. We'll talk to you tomorrow live here at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, so make sure you're here for that. And right now, head over to Stoppage Time by All Juvecast, okay? So it's own YouTube channel, Stoppage Time by AJC. Check it out because Cliff and Joe Cappuccino are going to recap all the Serie A action for you and get you hyped up for Milan Napoli, as that is our channel for Serie A coverage, okay? Thanks, everybody, again, okay? Much love for the support. We'll talk to you all tomorrow morning. Enjoy the rest of your Sundays, okay? Fino alla fine, Forza Juventus. Let's go. It's 3 points. Take it as that. Ciao.